pretty awesome. It started with, me as a young kid, like 10 or 11 years old, kind of getting the knack for guitar and starting to finger pick. One time playing a guitar riff with one hand, I started doing this kind of hammer on pull-off thing. And I remember looking at this hand and I was like, oh, what should I do with it? And I remember reaching over and hitting like a bass note and then hitting another note and then another one, and like it kind of morphed into the song. So I'm going to play my song Elephant King, and this song, I like to play it because it kind of shows off all the acoustic guitar can do, because the acoustic guitar, it's being that it's a wooden top, it's almost like a drum, and so you got all these, kind of got like a kick drum back here, right, and like a snare drum with the strings. And so you got like a full kind of drum kit at your hands, which is why I love the acoustic guitar. I'm going to do some slap harmonics, which kind of sound like a bell ringing. And so you have like kind of a bell sound at your disposal. I'm going to play it almost like it's a piano in a few parts. And so you have all these different ways where you can stretch the guitar. There's a part where I'm going to play the chord progression with one hand, and now my other hand is open to do the drums, or do the bell part. Maybe I'll even use my elbow back here to create like a kick drum while I play. So let's try it out. Here's Elephant King. So this song is called Love Song, and I'm going to use some of my capos for this one. And you know, a capo normally covers all 6 strings, and the higher you put it up the neck of the guitar, the higher pitched the chords or that song will get. What I've done is I've customized these. So this black one here, I kind of ground a big hole in it. So when you put it on the guitar, you can play behind it. Okay, so the string kind of goes through a little tunnel over here. Here's a normal capo. I'm going to stick this one here. This silver one, I like to move it from there to here. It fits nicely there. And the blue one, I think, looks cool right there. So I named it Love Song as a bit of a reminder to do what I do out of love. And I always want my motivations for music to not be a quest for fame or to impress people with some kind of a skill, but you know, if I get to the end of my life and I'm known as someone who loved well and used my passions well, I think that's worth a lot more than having an identity wrapped up around guitar playing, for example. So let me try this out for you. Here's Love Song.
So this song is called Joy and Sorrow. This is one of my favorite songs to play. I'm going to use both of these guitars, and they're tuned in a way, different tunings, different kind of tones, and on this guitar here, this is going to represent the sorrow part of the song. So I'll be playing in the key of D minor, which everyone knows is the saddest of all keys. And then on this guitar, I'll be playing in D major, so it's a joyful key. So I'm going to go back and forth between the joy and the sorrow, kind of like it's a conversation between these two opposite emotions. And let's try it out. Yeah, here's Joy and Sorrow.
incredible Trace Bundy on the Full Compass Off the Cuff Concert Series. That was really incredible to watch. I feel smarter watching you play. I feel like I'm learning something about music theory and mechanics too. And you created your own capos. Can you talk about that?
Yeah. So, all of these capos, are different. Some of them you can buy like this now, but what I started doing is, I would take capos and just kind of shift them like this in order to, not cover all the strings.
Sure.
But I found it's a little bit, works better if you just kind of carve a hole in it to create like a little funnel through there.
Is this a patented thing you did, or is it now?
No, definitely not. And this kind, the 3-string one, Kaiser makes one, that's what these are. And then I think Shub makes one as well. And, they're really useful because it allows you to use different finger shapes to create chords, often with less fingers. And what that does is it opens up other fingers to be able to do more colorful stuff at the same time. So it's pretty cool.
And your guitars as well. Have you done certain things to them, or have you buying models that are doing things that you need?
The only thing I did was changed up the electronics inside. So these are McPherson guitars.
That seems like nothing.
Yeah. So they're McPherson guitars, which are kind of built in a way that have this big kind of surface area of wood that can resonate, which works well for percussion, for even the tapping, the two-handed tapping stuff.
Sure. How about the interior miking? What's going on there?
So I have a microphone right here inside the guitar. I have a nice pickup under here, and then I run those out separately into my preamp where I can tweak each, the pickup and the microphone separately, run them together, separate them if I need to, and do all kinds of things.
Did you have to learn a lot about the mechanics, the electronics, to do what you wanted to do? What came first? You had to learn to play, and then you thought, how do I get these sounds out there?
Exactly. So, once I started doing more of a percussive style of playing, then it's like I need that to pick up like a drum kit would. Any looping gear that you prefer, or what are you looking for with your looping gear? So what I'm typically using is a Line 6 M9 pedal, because it's not necessarily the most robust looper, but it does everything I want it to do and has the effects built in as well. So I do a lot of stuff with delays, for example, and so it's nice to be able to dial in the delay and the looping settings in the same kind of pedal.
Sure.
And so, and so I do, I do lots of layers with the looping, and then what I'll do is sometimes I'll want to take off a layer and go back to just the drum part, let's say for the chorus, or I can flip things backwards, and so I have some songs where I play in reverse.
Nice. Yeah.
And I can speed up the loop to double time or slow it down to half time. And say,
nice. If you had an unlimited budget, what kind of gear would you like to get, including instruments?
I think right now I have what I like as far as gear. Maybe the only thing that if I had unlimited budget would be to bring a whole sound crew with me to every show. Have perfect monitors, perfect mains, and be able to have someone dial it in so that every show.
Any nightmare stories from the road?
Oh man, in Edinburgh, Scotland, I showed up to a show. Just flew in that day. Was pulling my gear down one of those cobblestone streets. Got to the venue, and my looping pedal with the effects and everything completely wouldn't turn on. Totally broken. And so a lot of my songs use some aspect of that pedal.
Sure.
And so I had to do a really stripped down acoustic kind of almost unplugged style concert.
Yeah.
And oh man, so many. I've gotten to play. I got detained by the police in China on my last tour there. I didn't do anything wrong. It was something the venue did wrong.
Okay.
And they took me into the police station and held me for 2 hours.
Wow.
And their goal was to not let the show happen.
Okay.
Because it wasn't properly registered with the police department or the government, right? And so...
Well, dangerous guitar playing. You've
Yeah,
been called a guitar ninja.
Maybe that was it.
Yeah.
Some kind of a rivalry there. And so anyway, they finally released me and some of the people from the venue, and we go back, and everyone's like, I'm glad that worked out. And then they start talking to each other, and they pull down this big gate over the front of the venue. So the basement, or the main level of the venue, is the guitar shop. The upper level is the venue.
Okay.
They pull down this big gate, they shut out all the lights, and they come up and say, Trace, go upstairs.
play a short concert. I'm like, what? It's been like, at this point, almost 3 hours, you know, since the concert would have started. I go up there, everyone is still waiting. Like there's all these people are sitting on the floor just waiting for hours.
Waiting for you.
And I'm like, really? Like surely the police are gonna come back and check on us. And they're like, it's okay, just. And so they're like, don't post on social media. So I illegally snuck into my own concert and played a show.
Wow, that is an excellent story. We really just loved everything we heard, so thanks a lot.
Yeah, thanks a lot for having me. Yeah, it's great to be here.